Tom Herman, head coach of the Cougars, with us here on Tiki and Tierney. Coach, how are you?
Doing great, guys. Appreciate you having me.
No doubt about it. You've earned it. Terrific start so far. Coach, obviously this isn't like Selection Sunday, with NCAA hoops where coaches sit around the tube to see where they're playing, who they're playing, what seed they have. But I am curious, when these rankings come out every Tuesday, do you gather around the tube? Do you just catch it when you can? What's the process trying to see where you're ranked?
No, we start our practices a little bit later in the afternoon than most because of the class schedules here at Houston. So we don't get on the field till about 4:30, 4:45 Central Time. So by the time we get off about 7 p.m. Central Time, they're just coming out. And to be quite honest with you, we're eating dinner with our guys. We're getting them in the cold tubs, and then we're coming upstairs and watching film of that day's practice. So a lot of times I don't even know until maybe we take a bathroom break or something from watching practice video, and I grab my phone. And so it's somebody has yet to explain to me the relevancy of them this early in the season. So
that's a good point.
We certainly don't put a whole lot of attention to it.
All right, Coach, here's what you got to do, because the more games you win, the more interviews you'll be doing. Way too boring of an answer. Yeah, listen, you're a hot commodity. Everybody's starting to learn about the Cougars. You've been doing a gret job. That answer doesn't suffice. You got to start making something up here, Tom.
Well, I know. Well, I can tell you this. I do. I think it's a shame that we do have these rankings this early, because I just see it as another way that the NCAA and the media just kind of just adding other ways to make money off of our student athletes, and it's for what, at what kind of, do they? Last I checked, I don't know. Are they giving trophies away for where you're ranked after this week's poll, or are they giving awards or bowl invites? I don't think so. So. Why do we have them? I'm not quite sure.
Because there's not enough to talk about in sports right now. Basketball, NBA, NFL, all that stuff is not enough to talk about other than this. When I look at the rankings, and again, obviously there's nothing that you can do about it. You guys are ranked 19th. You are the lowest undefeated team still in the schedule, and you have a game coming up against UConn, and then you play Navy, which I think a lot of people don't realize how good Navy actually is. But the question I have is on field. Your quarterback, Greg Ward, who's been unbelievable, left the game last week with a leg injury. One, is he healthy? And if he's not, how does it affect you going forward?
Well, the first part, he's getting healthier. He's certainly a lot better yesterday than he was on Saturday. But we're going to make him kind of a game time decision, if you will, because of the fact that, if Greg Ward trots out on the field for us on 65-70% ankle, I don't know that that's much better. In fact, I know it's not much better than Kyle Postma at 100%, because Greg, so much of Greg's game is being able to move around and his escapability and explosiveness with his legs. So if Greg is 95-100%, Greg's going to be our starter, and that's without a doubt. He's earned that right throughout the season and how well he's played. He's unquestionably one of our leaders. But I think we'll be just fine with Kyle Postma. He is a guy that was obviously very well prepared by Major Applewhite and the offensive staff to when he came in the ball game, he was ready to go, and nobody really batted an eye, and he led us to that improbable comeback.
I'm not sure that everybody made the connection. Tiki and I were talking about this during a break, Coach, with Major Applewhite, who, just shredded apart the Longhorn record book back in the day and really, put Chris Sims on the bench for a little bit, and Chris was a great recruit. Major Applewhite's a pretty big coup to have him in the program, teaching these kids how to throw the football and score points. He was a hell of a player.
We're talking about a guy that Nick Saban hired as an offensive coordinator when he was 26 years old, and, when his first year at Alabama, and went there and had some success there, was a coordinator for Todd Graham at Rice, and, was a coordinator. Eventually he went back home and was coaching running backs for a while at Texas, and then, had the opportunity. Mac Brown promoted him to offensive coordinator, and they actually, were very good his couple years calling plays there at Texas, and for one reason or another, they that staff was let go, and he was out of work and for a year, and came and visited me in Columbus, as he did visit a lot of different places his year off, and we kind of rekindled a relationship there that had started. I was a graduate assistant actually at Texas when he was playing, and so we had stayed in touch ever since those days. And great mind, great football mind. Really was eager to learn kind of our way of doing things offensively, and is a great mentor and tutor and coach for our quarterback.